Next up, we have with us Dr. Kailash Chandra Mishra, ex-director and CEO, NIA. Sir is going to discuss on pain points of Indian insurance industry. A few lines about Sir. Dr. Kailash Chandra Mishra is a distinguished academic leader, financial strategist, and mentor with over 4 decades of experience spanning academia, banking, insurance, and financial markets. He currently serves as Emeritus Professor at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Adjunct Professor at Hofstra University, USA, and President of Ariana Foundation. He also holds key position on the boards of Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management and Doha Bank, among others. He was the founder, Vice Chancellor of Sri Sri University, Director and CEO of the National Insurance Academy, Pune, and Director of Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, Delhi, where he played a transformative role in academic and institutional growth. A member of several national and international policy committees, including IRDA, SEBI, and EPFO, Dr. Mishra has contributed extensively to the financial sector reforms and regulatory development. He has authored 17 books, published over 180 research papers, and taught at leading global institutions including Columbia, Yale, and Manchester. With advanced qualifications in physics, management, and finance, and postdoctoral training at Wharton, Dr. Mishra continues to be a guiding force in shaping financial education, governance, and thought leadership in India and abroad. Sir, it's an honor to have you with us. I request you to kindly take the rise. Sir, please.
I thought I had become Mr. India. But fortunately not, because when Manojji was introducing everybody, he omitted me. I thought I become Mr. India. Doesn't matter. Once Einstein was asked that what is the velocity of sound? So he told, you can get it in the book. Ask me how can I annihilate the sound. I'll explain the principle. Whatever is there in the book, if you do not read the book, how you will be benefited by my talk or speech. Anyway, if you, yesterday or today I think, yesterday, they had a discussion on banking. Today we have discussion on insurance. By whom? By the authorities who make things happen. So, in fact, at Columbia, once I asked the regulators who were there, and I was the professor there, I asked, what is the difference between banking and insurance? So I got some answers, but finally I gave some reply. I told, suppose you are dealing with the bank, and the bank has got a run. What will you want? You will want your money back. But same thing happens to insurance. Will you like to have your money back? That is the difference. So, when I talk of pain point, I start from here itself, because it looks very negative to talk about pain point when the makers of insurance are here. Anybody who lends must be prepared for write-off. There will be some slippages. Similarly, if there are institutions, there will be runoff. I remember at that time, for about 10 years, I was in the advisory committee of IRDA. At that time, simultaneously, I was in the advisory committee of SEBI also. So at that time, Reliance ADAG had almost a run, and another company in South had a real run. The CEO came as the general insurance. He was a life insurance CEO. He was general insurance CEO. He came as life insurance. They have a committee, and he came as the head of the committee. Mr. Mani, I'm telling you. So we found, IRDA found how to manage the runoff. So many policyholders are around. only way was Mr. Rangachari and Mr. C.S. Rao both running from pillar to post to find out who will be the taker. Why we can't have an institutional mechanism for this? I have worked in almost 7-8 territories of insurance. I found even in small countries like Doha or Bahrain, they have got such mechanism. But we have to have the mechanism because now with mushrooming of the institutions, the failures are inevitable. And at that time, we should not run from pillar to post, and the policyholder should not be at dismay or despair. Then we come to, we have done a lot. The essence of, pudding is in the eating. What is I remember when at that time I was chairman of our Administrative Staff College of India, and they inducted me as an IRD advisory committee member. At that time, we have very paltry insurance penetration and very paltry insurance density. We have come a long way off. But I found our economy is growing faster than insurance. Why? In any country, insurance grows faster than economy if it is aspiring to a developed country. I am not talking of Timbuktu. I am talking of any country which aspires to become a developed country by 2047 or 2036, whatever it may be. So, they must, you cannot have an achievement without performance or without indicators of performance. The stock may be low, but the flow should be robust. So, like Einstein told, I need not have to quote that our 4% penetration is slipping down to 3.7, and where it will go, I don't know, because our economy is growing faster than the insurance. And I found the projection, because I am a researcher, I found the projection of insurance of India 2024 to 28, when projection is 7.1. How can you achieve more than that? You may, but difficult. So, the projection should be at least commensurate with our aspirations. There are two things which governs us. One is our corrections and our aspirations. We have to correct whatever was stumbling us, and we have to improve our aspiration to a level where we reach where we want to reach. But we want to reach somewhere, but we work at a speed where we will not reach even the halfway mark. To be number one in 2047, we will become number one because India will have maybe 160 crore population or more than that. So, with even if people only consume, don't save, with that consumption will become a big GDP economy. Doesn't matter. But to become a realistically economy which will have both stock and flow intact, and as our Paragji was telling, we must be, first of all, we must be secured. The fundamental of insurance is that the company must survive and the company must pay claims. If these two equations are not satisfied, the company will go for run-up. Simple. So, we have here, we find the companies are multiplying, but the growth is not commensurate with the required rate of growth. It has to be there, otherwise, the very fact that you call it CAGR, you call it compounding effect, that itself, little bit, there is no need for AI calculation, little bit of effect will tell you that we only talk of 2036, talk of 2047, but we are not planning for that. We have to plan for that. Then next one, as you see, beautiful thing, in fact, since for last few years, few means about 20-25 years, I am not accustomed. In fact, I accepted Mr. Mono's invitation so that I can know things about Odisha, because I am mostly associated with working outside India these days. So, when I heard all that is being told, I was mentally analyzing it and masticating it, and I was seeing that we have got, sorry sirs, little bit of contradiction in our own statement. We have to recalibrate our performance if we want to be truthful to the aspiration which we are spelling out to public. Otherwise, we will have a pinpoint ourselves rather than the industry. Next, you see, we have, in fact, there at Lonavala, there is a conference of all the senior underwriters of India. And I was asked to go and give a talk there. In fact, I asked certain fundamental underwriting principles. I am sorry to say, all the senior underwriters were there. And I couldn't get an answer. They say, sir, we go for market forces. There is so much of talk about insurance doesn't run on market forces. If you run insurance on market forces, you are sure to die. You must run on insurance principles. We have undercutting, not underwriting. And result, public sector, you find already 2,600 crore loss. And solvency of a company is minus 1.3. And we are talking of delivery. What will deliver if we do not look at our pains which has arrived us there? I remember there was a chairman called Wadhwa. He called me for one of their zonal manager or whatever they call conference. He told his slogan was said to be number one, and he in fact made national number one over even New India. I went, he called me to Jaipur. I told Mr. Wadhwa, I am really scared of your company. He told, why? I told, you do not know something called, in banking there is called a refer to drawer. So in insurance there is something also called refer to drawer. Same thing was asked to me by SBI Life. I had come from USA at that time, and SBI Life called me for some consultation. I went and wrote a figure 10.68 in their whiteboard. The then chairman and Mr. Rai, who was the CEO at that time, both of them told me, sir, what is this number? I told, this is the refer to drawer. This is the amount you must earn for company to break even, not what you are happy that you have made surplus. These are no sir. Money thought that he had made surplus. You are chairman of GIC, chairman of a life insurance company, but the company went for, it went for run-off. Because insurance is not done on only balance sheet. In fact, fortunately, one of my students is now chairman of LIC. He was my research associate. He is a very bright fellow. In fact, when he became not chairman, nowadays they call him CEO. So I told Duraswamy, why you have gone for this fixed deposit? 13,000 rupees for 2 lakh rupees. What is the scheme? Is it your requirement in insurance? Do you not have enough of life fund to deploy? Why do you do the work of banks? If you want to do it, do it to the banks you have acquired. Why in LIC's body you go for a fixed deposit? You must have seen their advertisement. He told, sir, unless we remain number one, there will be a lot of repercussions and all that. I don't want to tell private things of business. But it hurts me as a researcher. I think we are debating. We are not focusing our business. Our growth is on top line or bottom line, not in our throughput line. So one of the, I will not say that Odisha is backward in, compared to the country, backward in life insurance. Because when I was the director of NIA, I wanted to have 2 posts. One post for chair professor general insurance, one post for chair professor life insurance. In general insurance, I had no difficulty in choice. One IRDA member was available, he was Ansari, and straightway I appointed Ansari as the chair professor. But in life insurance, it was very difficult. So I told the then chairman, Mr. Krishnamurthy, that you see, I want the person who has done the highest business, a operation man, as the life insurance chair professor. And one Dubey, if you know, he was made the chair professor. Why? Because he had the highest mobilization from Odisha, and he became the country's topper. So that's why Odisha people are not averse to life insurance. But general insurance, yes. You know, anywhere in the world where, as I told you, it's aspiring to a developed economy, already a developed economy. Even in China, their general insurance is much more than life insurance. The general insurance data, if you see sigma, is always higher than the life insurance, much higher. But in India, we are 25% or 33%, some years 33, now it's 25% of life insurance. General insurance, and we are telling that people insure their property, they insure. No. We are very poor in insurance penetration in general insurance, and one of the poorest among the developing countries. I am not talking of developed countries, one of the poorest among developing countries. So, we have a lot to do in general insurance, of course, a lot to do in life insurance also, because we are almost, you know, when insurance density of the world is $885 or $900, you know, we are $95, of which $20 are general insurance, and rest $75 are life insurance. So we are almost 12% of the world average. So, of course, when I was addressing some insurance students, I told them, if your grandfather was miser and he dies, not yours, let it be mine, because let your grandfather live. So if he dies, should I be happy or unhappy? My grandfather was a miser, I will get the benefit of all that he has saved, so I should be happy. Why should I be unhappy for him being miser? Similarly, we have not performed in insurance. Should your generation be happy or unhappy? I told you should be happy. Why you should be happy? Because you have got lot of potential, lot of things to come. So, if there has been underperformance in the past, in fact, there is underperformance from the day of NIAS. NIAS was the first insurance regulator of the country. From his day till date, we have underperformance. Only some years we have raised our head a little. And we have lot of potential. In fact, if we want to equilibrate with even China, we have to do 150 times what we are doing. If we want to equilibrate with USA, we have to do almost 6 times what we are doing. If we have to equilibrate even badly performing economy, as we say, of London, we have to do almost 4 or 5 times. So that's why we have lot of potential to harness. Lot of things are there to talk, but it's not the forum to make you negative when so many positive people are around, and so many positive things are being talked, and we have to be positive, because as I told you, we have potential. In fact, insurance will be one of the biggest employment generator of the country, not only primary employment but also secondary and tertiary employment. Thank you.